Yesterday, everyone knew the Beatles, and apparently today, they don't. What's going on, everyone? I got a brand new movie review for you guys today, and today I'm discussing Yesterday. If you guys are new here, make sure to like and subscribe where you guys get tons of early movie reviews like this, and you guys can also go over to Cinematography Films and how to see films early. Yesterday is about a struggling musician who realizes he is the only person on Earth who can remember the Beatles after waking up in a different timeline where they never existed. I was quite excited about this movie due to the fact that it's Boyle, and the concept of that is just super unique. I like unique concepts like this, and I'm always engaged with it. Plus, I really like the Beatles' music. You know, it's kind of always been a cherished moment of my whole entire life. Hearing Here Comes the Sun or Yellow Submarine, there's always been a part of my life where the Beatles have personally been in there within the music. While I actually did really enjoy this film, I think this is a very feel-good movie that has a lot of touching and heartwarming moments to it. There are some problems with the movie, even though I did have fun with it, and that's kind of where I'm going to start with my cons. I think this film has its establishments of trying to be a rom-com, but also just a straight-up comedy about the Beatles' music, and what if it never existed, and what if some guy has to take that music onto his own and push it out into the world. I liked the way that they took it, but it felt like two different movies at times, and I kind of wish they would have just eased on the rom-com more, because I thought that was actually the most genuine and emotional part of the whole entire film, and used the rom-com aspect to be showing the music of the Beatles and how this guy, and you could have easily intertwined it with Jack's main character, played by Himesh Patel, who I have to say gives an excellent performance in here, and the way that he forms the music onto his own within his own singing voice is just pure excellency. Talking about the person who he is having a romantic comedy aspect of with is Ellie, who is portrayed by Lily James, who I personally think is one of the strongest actresses working today, and she really brings that lovable sense to her and that lovability that she's always really good at, but also just she feels like a real person, someone that we all know in our lives. Which I think goes to me on why I really like that rom-com aspect. I think some people will kind of fall down the middle and they're like, well, I would rather it just been the comedy, but for me it's kind of being a sappy sucker for those rom-coms. I think that was the aspect I wish it would have leaned more on, because that this film brings upon, whether it be rich, wealth, famous, and kind of the different things that you kind of have to take in order to get those. I really liked how this movie tackled that, and the themes that the movie just tackles about the music industry in general.
Also be remiss to not say how clever it was, how they would talk about how it wasn't just the Beatles that disappeared, but other elements, and the running gag that they had going along with that was just pure genius.
Plus, I will say the movie did feel a little bit too long. At running it in a runtime in 1 hour and 56 minutes, it did feel like a 2-hour film, which is kind of where it comes and slows down to. Once Lily James kind of leaves the film for about 20 to 30 minutes, the film kind of just didn't flatline, but it was kind of going on a bumpy turf for me, and I was like, I'm enjoying this, but it really is missing that pizzazz still, and that sense of relatability that I had earlier on. Even though the pacing was a little bit off, and even though I really wish it was more about that rom-com, I think the themes and the thematics that the film weaves through is still strong. I really like the rom-com aspect. I think it was one of the greatest things in here. The music telling of the Beatles makes me truly want just a pure Beatles biopic, but these modern retellings of these new songs are very genuine, and I can't deny that I didn't leave the theater with a smile on my face. I think fans of the Beatles will have definitely a lot of fun and joy to have this in this movie. Rom-com fans will find something to like about this. Music fans will find something to like about this. And Yesterday in general is just one of those heartwarming, feel-good movies. With all that said, I'm going to give Yesterday a B-. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Yesterday, or did you already see Yesterday? I know there's a lot of puns for that, but there's so many that you can make with the title Yesterday. Let me know what your favorite Beatles song down below is. Hit that like and subscribe button. Check out Cinematography Films. And guys, this Thursday, Spider-Man Far From Home review. Make sure to look out for that. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. Until next time, stay classy.